queer Muslims exist, LGBTQ Muslims exist. Yes, they are Muslim sinners. Can Muslims be strong allies of the LGBT community? Ideologically subjugated, inauthentic, incoherent trash. Assalamu alaikum. You know, the Pride Month truly shows which Muslims are more practicing, more religious, and more adhering to Islam, and which are more aligned with liberal values and actually go against the Quran and the Sunnah. Today, we are going to discuss a platform of this category. Let me introduce you, my audience, to Muslim Girl. Contrary to the name, the platform is actually pretty much anti-Islamic, with the motto of Muslim women talk back. The question is, who do they talk back to? To men? To society? Or to Islam and Allah? Are they truly submitting in the sense of Islam, or are they trying to follow their own worldly desires? But instead of believing only me, let's take a look at their Twitter. Here's a tweet on June 17. Queer Muslims are largely misunderstood by most. There is no misunderstanding. Islam is against queer culture, transgenderism, homosexuality, and queer Muslims are not adhering to Islam. There is no misunderstanding. And if you actually go to the article, it gets more and more interesting. Number 1, the Quran does not condemn homosexuality. What the heck are you talking about? Did you actually forget the whole story of Prophet Lot? Number 2, homophobia is man-made, not a divine commandment. If I say that homosexuality is wrong and forbidden according to Islam, how is that homophobia? What are you on about? LGBTQ plus Muslims aren't going anywhere. They exist. Queer Muslims exist. LGBTQ Muslims exist. Yes, there are Muslim sinners. There are drunk Muslims that exist. Do you think we should embrace them all? Embrace all the sins within the folds of Islam and stand for nothing? Where are your principles? Where are the moral values set by Allah? And let's go back to Twitter. Another one. We need to make religious spaces more inclusive of LGBTQ Muslims. So yeah, it isn't enough to embrace LGBTQ Muslims within Islam. We should actively invite them onto mosques to give lectures to our students, to our young children, and teach them about the benefits of following common Lut. If you call being stoned to death by the wrath of God a benefit. And it just gets worse. Can Muslims be strong allies of the LGBT community? What do you think?
No.
And hilariously enough, it says that then you get the folks who genuinely care about the LGBTQA community, but the story of Prophet Lot, coupled with years of being conditioned to condemn homosexuality in patriarchal societies, has taken its toll. So really, the Quran has conditioned people to hate homosexuality. Otherwise, it's okay. Quran is wrong. Are you even Muslims at this point? Who funds these websites? Can Muslim women marry non-Muslim men? No, it's haram. And do you know what the justification they try to give in this article? That before the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, became a prophet, his daughter was married to a pagan man. And afterwards, after Islam, what was the ruling? Did you forget that? Or do you try to pick and choose whatever you like from Islam? What is wrong with you, man? Or should I say, girl? And here is a story of an oppressive guy who suffered so much for being a Muslim. Yes, a queer Shia Muslim, and we have to be inclusive of him because we wouldn't want queer Muslims to go away from Islam and we wouldn't want them to stop sinning. No, that would be too much. Instead, we should embrace them and we should try to not condemn them on their sins. I'm happy that so many people are calling out Muslim Girl on Twitter and so many other platforms. And this tweet of Hamza Zorsis best sums up my own words. Never allow your daughters to read this liberalized, secularized, ideologically subjugated, inauthentic, incoherent trash.
Are you sick in the mind? Are you that mentally enslaved and intellectually subservient and intellectually molested and ideologically molested?
There are many platforms now opening up like Muslim Girl who try to educate young Muslims in following them instead of Islam. As parents, as people, as Muslim as a whole, as society, it should be our job to educate ourselves upon these matters and to properly educate our children on what is right and what is wrong. Morality as set by the standard of Allah, not by the standard of people, not by liberals, and definitely not by queer Muslims.
تلك حدود الله فلا تعتدوها ومن يتعد حدود الله فأولئك هم الظالمون.
Let's protect our children from the traps of shaitan, from these LGBTQ. Let's become true Muslims as by the standards of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and Allah. And with that, I'll conclude this video. Let me know down your thoughts in the comment section below, and Assalamu alaikum.